Hi Sagittarius, thank you so much for joining me for another video. Let's go ahead and take a look at what messages are in store for all Sagittarius signs, sun, moon, and rising for the month of April. Show us everything we need to see for Sagittarius signs, sun, moon, and rising for the month of April. Show us everything we need to see. If these messages resonate with you, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss a video. All right, let's go ahead and show us what we need to see for all Sagittarius signs, sun, moon, and rising for April. Sagittarius signs. All right, Sagittarius signs. At the bottom of the deck, we have here the Seven of Wands in reverse. The first card in your spread is the Page of Wands in reverse. Then we have the Three of Cups upright, the Devil in reverse, and the Judgment card in reverse. Sagittarius signs, with your overall energy, I'm really feeling like you are very sensitive at the moment. A lot of people have lots of different things to say, have lots of different opinions. I'm getting here that maybe you're dealing with some energy vampires also. You're very empathetic. And so when people are sharing a lot about what they're going through or their thoughts and opinions about certain things, it's really hard for you right now to kind of block some of that stuff out and really protect your own energy. With the Two of Wands underneath the Seven of Wands, as well as a Hierophant in reverse, I think you're really looking at your future. What choices are you trying to make right now that are going to significantly impact the way that you view life, view love, view marriage, relationships? Your fundamental core belief system is kind of under construction at the moment. Part of you wants to take this leap of faith and move forward towards possibly a very solid connection here. But at the same time, there's still some stuff from your past represented by this wand back here on this wall that you're still dealing with. Whether it's like old limiting belief systems, old hurts, pain, trauma, maybe even like your old goals and expectations, things that need to be reevaluated before you could take this leap of faith forward. And that change that you're going through might also affect your life overall, and where you're trying to go from there. So at the top of the spread with the Page of Wands in reverse, I'm really feeling like you are trying to feel more like yourself. Again, I just keep getting that you've kind of been under construction over this past year, the last few years. You've really taken the time to kind of do some self-discovery, invest in your personal growth, invest in healing some old trauma and pain. I think you've also have been redefining what your support system looks like. What does your group of friends look like at the moment? Because they say that the five people that you speak to the most, your five closest friends, are a direct reflection of where you are at in your life. And I'm getting that in times where you haven't really felt like yourself, if you look at the people that you are hanging out with and spending all this time with, are they an accurate reflection of where you're at right now and where you're trying to go? Or have you been around certain people that have kind of been draining on your energy and have sort of not necessarily held you back, maybe not intentionally, but maybe the way that you keep on giving to these connections has taken away from that energy and time that you could have spent on developing yourself and some of your goals and aspirations. And a lot of the stuff that you're still kind of working through, I think from your past, is represented by the people that you're around right now. With the Devil in reverse here, it could be dealing with a Capricorn. For others of you, I'm really getting that some of the old stuff that's held you back is slowly coming back to the surface, almost testing you at the moment. Maybe you're hanging around some friends or you're in circumstances that are a little bit triggering for you, whether it's stuff that you haven't revisited or other things that that you're very aware of, but maybe you've been working on kind of like taming a little bit. Judgment in reverse here. I think your patience is being tested about something. Maybe it's related to this earth sign energy here. Your patience is being tested. I do want to see though what this Judgment card really means. Let's start at the top here and clarify this Page of Wands energy in reverse. Page of Wands energy in reverse. Page of Wands energy, please. Page of Wands is clarified by the King of Swords upright, the Eight of Wands in reverse, and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. You're still dealing with some incomplete cycles here, still waiting for communication around something that is very important to you. We have the King of Swords here, so you want to take decisive action. You want to take decisive communication around something that is kind of incomplete. I almost feel like for some of you, you're trying to figure out if it's your place to say what you think about something, but you're kind of holding back on this communication here. Maybe it's you who's waiting for someone to speak their truth about a particular circumstance. For others of you, you're being called here to really look at something for what it is, something that hasn't totally completed itself. Maybe you're dealing with an earth sign here, Aries, Libra, or a Gemini sign, and this person is still going through some sort of karmic cycle that hasn't fully ended. And I think this person isn't necessarily very open about this type of communication, or they're dealing with someone who isn't wanting to be in conversation about this. It's something karmic though, because it's the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So let's just double check. What is this Wheel of Fortune in reverse? I almost feel like there's some boundaries being exercised at the moment. You could be dealing with a person who has another situation going on the side. Maybe they're trying to close out that situation, but they're not as open in their communication with you about how hard it is for them, or there's conversations happening behind closed doors. I'm getting, what is this Wheel of Fortune in reverse? Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Yeah, so a cycle hasn't completely ended. We have the Ace of Pentacles upright, the Fool in reverse, Ten of Swords in reverse. You're dealing with someone who hasn't completely ended a situation just yet. They're kind of in the thick of it right now. You are getting a solid offer. So maybe you're dealing with someone who's in separation with another individual. Maybe someone is going through a divorce or is trying to ease out of a relationship or a particular circumstance, but it's not completely ended yet. Maybe there's finances that are still tied together, assets still tied together. And like there's a lot happening behind the scenes that you aren't really getting communication about. I feel like this is more your partner versus you. That they're trying to close out a cycle, but until they fully close out this cycle, you guys can't have this full new beginning. So you're still taking steps forward. In fact, this King of Swords is reminding you, you know, stay grounded, see it for what it is. Maybe some doubts come in about this person's intentions or like the situation as a whole, and it plays up your like inner fears, things that you've dealt with from your past, where maybe you've been in something similar and it didn't work out well. You watched it explode. So now it's like, okay, well, I have to be able to discern the difference between old fears related to old situations that are familiar to this versus what is actually happening. And what's happening is that I'm not being really communicated with around this cycle that needs to end between my partner and their ex, for example. But like I said, we do have the Ace of Pentacles, so we are getting something solid being offered to you, even if you don't know what it is. You got to have faith in this situation because the person you're dealing with does have good intentions for you, but you have to be okay with not knowing it all. Let's go ahead and take a look at this Three of Cups upright. There's a lot going on that you don't know completely. Three of Cups upright. Okay. We have the Lovers upright, the Two of Cups upright. We also have here the Nine of Wands in reverse. So this could have been a third party situation. Maybe, like I said earlier, I really feel like someone is leaving a situation and offering you this cup of love. We have Gemini card here with the Lovers upright. Could also symbolize a decision that needs to be made here. Soulmate energy between you and this person. They clearly care about you. They care about you a lot. You care about them a lot as well. You're trying to let your guard down here with the Nine of Wands in reverse. You're kind of almost releasing to your need to kind of control this situation or meddle in this situation. I think you're really trying to just take a step back and let this person deal with some stuff from their past. Now, for some, it doesn't even have to be a person from their past. I just feel a lot of loose ends that they're dealing with personally and internally that you don't know about yet. They haven't communicated it to you yet. However, for some people, it could be a third-party situation. This person is needing to make a choice. So are you. I think both of you are choosing each other. And like I said earlier, you could be dealing with a Gemini in this situation. Let's take a look at the Devil in reverse. Devil in reverse. Devil in reverse is clarified by the King of Cups upright, the World upright, and the Ten of Wands in reverse. Okay, so definitely completion of old cycles here. There's something to be said about being in flow versus forcing a specific outcome. I think you want to force a specific outcome, but the other side of you is really telling yourself now, hold on, where is the toxic trait that you have? Like, is your toxic trait needing to control certain outcomes in order for you to feel safe? Where is it that we can let go of this? Sorry about that. My battery died. I don't know where it ended. I was just trying to say this toxic trait could be your need to micromanage and control certain outcomes so that you feel more safe to be in connection with people or to just be in certain situations. So we're being called right now to really figure out what is it that we need to let go of, because when we try to take on too much, things usually don't work out any better than if we had just released our need to control. In fact, sometimes when you try to micromanage, you end up even more stressed out than you would have if you just surrendered what you couldn't control. So I'm really getting here that you're trying to go back and forth between wanting to really get your hands in there and like make things happen versus, okay, I'm just gonna sit back and continue to pay attention to my self-love, my own boundaries, my sensitivities. Where is my heart and my feelings being triggered? Am I being overly sensitive about certain situations? Why are these things affecting me the way that they are? Like something to do with tapping more into your sensitivities and understanding yourself better so that you can heal this type of energy that always, like, it comes back when you don't want it to. And it tempts you into going back to this place of like, okay, if I can't trust certain people to do certain things a particular way, I really want to go in there and do it myself. But you're being called here to like not do that and let this person have an opportunity to deal with this real life situation that's really important to them. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this Judgment card in reverse. I hope that's making sense. Judgment in reverse. Judgment in reverse is clarified by the Eight of Cups in reverse, Two of Wands upright, and the Knight of Swords upright. You're really wanting to rush in there and just get it done and do it already. However, the warning here is that if you try to rush a situation when you haven't fully healed from it, or if someone hasn't fully left it just yet, you're gonna find yourself being really disappointed. There's something to be said here about chilling out, okay? You have so much to look forward to. The world is in your hands right now. And with the Two of Wands, it's going to end up working out. You will end up moving forward. And this person has clearly already chosen you. They care about you. They love you. That choice has already been made to let your guard down and for the two of you to really develop this connection. However, something isn't completely over just yet between them and another person, or them and the ties, the emotional ties they have to something that has nothing to do with you. They're still dealing with their own stuff. And so there's a level of impatience that's here. But again, if you continue to tap into this impatient energy with the Knight of Swords, you're going to find that it's not going to happen as quickly as you want it to anyway. And you're going to end up being disappointed because there's only so much that your person can do to fast forward this situation. Everything happens in the right timing. And right now, you're really just being reminded to honor the current chapter that you are in right now, because your person's going through some stuff. They're trying to make it happen and deal with it as quickly as possible. But there's also only so much that they can do in their own healing process as well. Let's go ahead and pull some oracle cards to wrap this reading up. I am using the Practical Magic Inner Witch Oracle 2nd edition by my friend Joseph from Grounded by the Moon. If you are interested in this deck, I'm going to go ahead and link him in the description box below. Final advice, please. Okay, we have 2 things. We have Book of Shadows. Oh, we have 3 things. Book of Shadows, Lineage, Roots. We also have Amas Veritas, which is Manifest, and Belladonna, Risk versus Reward. Okay, so a couple of things. Immediately, like I said earlier, Manifest, I was saying we have this world energy here in the Two of Wands, okay? You have the ability to manifest whatever that you want for yourself. However, if we get sucked into you know, the pro and con list, risk versus reward, or getting swept up in all of the different possibilities, then we end up not being grounded in our decision making. So the message here is, yes, you can create anything you want. Be careful with the way that you think, the words that you speak, because you have a lot of power to make that an actual reality. Don't lose yourself. Think about how all of these things are pointing to something generational. The stuff that you're working through right now is probably trauma or something related to what's been passed from you generation to generation, or it could be what your partner is dealing with at the moment, some sort of generational issue. Really plan out risk versus reward. Was the juice worth the squeeze? You've been working really hard at this connection. Is it worth it? And you just getting clear about that as well. All right, one more oracle card to wrap up this reading for our Sagittarius signs. Balance. Love is not always about agreeing for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. So right now, I really feel like you got to be the supportive partner. That doesn't mean don't challenge your partner if it feels like your boundaries are being crossed. Definitely find a balance between risk versus reward, versus rushing towards a situation, versus taking a step back and relinquishing a little bit more control, versus your need for sensitivity, versus your need to speak the truth. There's a lot here about finding your balance, and it's not going to be perfect, and that's okay, because this karmic situation that is going on behind the scenes, you need to give it space and time to kind of happen on its own. And as long as you stay grounded, and you continue to believe in this connection that you're still working on with this person, everything is going to work out for you in the end. I hope this message resonated with you, Sagittarius signs, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.